Well, hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. Thank you for being here. It is I, your favorite Whimsy, and we're going to be doing some tarot card blitzes. It would appear on this Good Friday. It's a happy Friday, I hope, for all of you and for those of you who are celebrating a Good Friday to you. Good Friday to all of you, regardless. Anyway, it would appear that the ratings have come out, the job approval ratings for Donald Trump, and they are slipping substantially. In fact, I think I read that the ratings for Trump right now, the job approval ratings, are the lowest for any sitting president for their first 100 days. So I guess you could argue that Trump can be proud that he is, at the very least, breaking records. So there is that going on. Of course, things are heating up all over the world. Unfortunately, Marco Rubio said that there's no way to end the war in Ukraine and that basically the American people have to scrap any hope of saving Ukraine. So I'm sure that Putin was happy to hear that. On the domestic front, we have complete chaos. We have civil war taking place inside the Trump administration, with Laura Loomer being declared as basically his right hand man. And now I guess she is somehow working. They're communicating, her and Elon Musk, even though they used to hate each other. I can't keep up. It's kind of like Game of Thrones, but like the writing isn't as good, maybe. I don't know. But I figured that what I would do is, it's Friday. I would do some blitzes on this. Also, as many of you know, I'll be flying to Tel Aviv on Tuesday. I'll be there for about 2-3 weeks, trying to meet with various different universities, etc., to try and get attention for Oasis One, which is a proposal I presented in November of 2023 to help create peace zones and zones of industry for the common good. And at this point, I've funded the entire thing. I've paid for the entire thing. So if you would like to donate or I usually do raise funds for other organizations. But if you would like to help raise funds for my trip and the work we're doing with Oasis One project, security zones created for industry integration and the shared common good. You can find out more on medium.com. The article is by Whimsy Anderson. And I'm also blogging at the Times of Israel. But they're like kibbutzes that we're trying to create. So if you would like to be a part of fundraising, I decided that on Saturday, I would be offering one-card readings for people in exchange for any kind of donation you want to make to help cover the cost for the trip in Israel. I don't know how long. It'll be like a marathon. It'll go a couple of hours on Saturday night. And I don't know if I'll get enough to cover my plane fare, but it would be great, whatever donations we get. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to do the empath's prayer, and then we can check out what's going on in the world. Thank you so much for your love and support. Let's take a look. Excuse me. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from spirits to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together, collectively, we say, Amen. So the first thing I wanted to do is take a look at Donald Trump's approval rating. Excuse me. It's quite horrible. We had said that April was going to be a disaster. And unfortunately for Donald Trump, that is exactly what's happened. The stock market was again down on Thursday, closed for Good Friday. Hopefully the futures market looks better. But let's just take a look at cards surrounding Trump. It looks like he's losing his allies. He's lost his independent base, now down minus 22. Let's take a look. He's keeping secrets. 10 of Pentacles. He has inherited things, and he is not at liberty to say what he has inherited. That's very interesting. It's an inheritance card. It can also be a secrecy card. We have smoother waters laying ahead. Donald Trump has a 6 of Swords. It's very interesting that the cards are optimistic, even though we're in kind of a disaster mode right now as a country. People feel like the Constitution is in crisis. People are talking about Trump threatening to run for a third term, violating the 22nd Amendment. It's getting pretty crazy. But when we look at the cards themselves, they're actually not bad at all. Like I said, 10 of Pentacles is something that you've inherited. Perhaps they're saying here that he inherited the presidency. It was something, whether it was whether he should not have inherited it or not is up for debate, but the bottom line is he's inherited it. There's something about things becoming smoother for many years to come. Where he's at right now, the sun is over him. There's some falling out that happened between him and Elon Musk. I think maybe they did a number, the people close to Trump, where they tried to tear them apart by feeding Trump a narrative that Elon Musk secretly thinks he's the president. So they tried to feed ideas into Trump's head that had an impact on his relationship with Elon Musk and probably led to them having a falling out. But there's this awareness or this waking up moment right now. A lot of crazy things are going right now on the verge of whether or not they're going to hit uranium targets in Iran is a very serious conversation that's going on right now in terms of everything that's going on with tariffs in the stock market. And we can see good money coming in over the presidency, this eureka moment. And I read 7 of Pentacles as the new green economy. It's when we invest in something and then it comes back as a renewable source. So the cards actually for Trump right now look really great. What is above him is an inverted 6 of Pentacles, and that would be a lack of justice over his presidency, a lack of balance, and a disruption of things. He feels personally betrayed. He feels stabbed in the back, possibly by Elon Musk and other people who he thought, excuse me, were backing his presidency. But for whatever reason, he has withdrawn his aid and his support because of a feeling that he has been betrayed by others. And coming out of a kind of war energy and now headed into a time of celebration would indicate that he's feeling some kind of victory is imminent for him or some kind of a celebration regarding issues of money. There's some kind of a new investigation going on here with Trump too, with the 3 of Pentacles in his opposition would indicate people digging into or a blueprint or some kind of evidence. Queen of Pentacles, the businesswoman or the business activity is where he is at. And the hopes and fears is he's worried about his job, the Page of Pentacles, and he could be also worried about people having jobs or the economy. Could be that the jobs reports are coming in and they're bad. possibly because a lot of people wound up in the public sector. They left DC. The first people that are going to hit it is Washington, D.C. They're the first people that are going to feel the pain from these government layoffs. And you can see Page of Pentacles is messages regarding work, employment, money. It's typified by Archangel Gabriel. And the final outcome is sobriety. So it's a sober time for Donald Trump. He may be feeling like, I've got to come to terms with the situation, the financial situation, the job situation. He is somebody who's notoriously been known for blaming other people when things don't work out. But in this particular situation, there's a real sobriety and an awareness that they need to turn this ship around, and they need to turn this ship around very, very quickly. This 10 of Swords in his third house and this inverted 6 of Pentacles could be me, like how I would interpret it. It could be that he feels he was given bad advice that led to a betrayal. Perhaps he felt like Doge was a lie, or that he was seduced into Doge, and that Doge is going to be discontinued. Yeah. Just because 10 of Swords, he was betrayed, he withdraws his affection, his aid. And then there's this celebration that happens, an investigation into the business, his concern about the employment numbers, and him having to be very sober right now about his future decisions. The love affair is over. Ace of Cups inverted, standing in the 7th house, and the opposition, an inverted Hierophant, could be the loss of the Constitution or the higher ethos. So an attempt to actually throw out the Constitution or rewrite whole sections of the Constitution. And the hope and the fear is his legacy. I would say 9 of Pentacles would be confidence in the garden, particularly considering the fact that 10 of Pentacles is a legacy and inheritance card. 4 of Swords would be an inactivity. It's as if he's probably going to let the people that are in charge, the Marco Rubios, the people that are that really have some clue about what they're doing, could step in and start taking over for Musk, because he needs real advisors. I just want to take a look. People had said that Marco Rubio looks absolutely terrible right now because he feels like he has to be the adult in the room, and nobody is cooperating, nobody's communicating. There's too many egos. Just want to see Marco Rubio very quickly. 10 of Pentacles, again, family secrets, family dynamics, and the opposition is a seducer. An evil seducer is the opposition. So Knight of Cups inverted can be a gaslighter, a seducer. It's the dark aspects of the Knight of Cups. Hopes and fears, the inability to let go of, and the final outcome is a refusal to look at frugality or an economic crisis that could be afoot right now. Pouring money into things. There's a possibly very bad management of money coming up, because 4 of Pentacles is to be frugal, an inability to let this relationship go. There's also some confusion on the part of Rubio about this relationship. He doesn't totally understand why Donald Trump has this relationship. Why? What does this guy have on you? Confusion, mental illness, lunacy, a false seducer, right? This is how he's seeing Musk. Hopes and fears, whether or not Donald Trump can pull this off. Whether or not Donald Trump can do this. Can he do this? Can he be the president? It was bad enough the last time. And then the final outcome is an inverted 10 of Cups. His relation, he will grudgingly have to accept that his relationship with Donald Trump is over. And part of it is a lack of confidence in the president. He's also confused about what Elon Musk has on Donald Trump that caused this in the first place. He's baffled as to the nature of the relationship. All right, so I'm going to just take a look now at Laura Loomer. Laura Loomer, as many know, there's been a lot of rumors about her and her special relationship with number 45. Let's take a look at Laura Loomer's cards. A blitz on Laura Loomer. Two of Swords, unteachable. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. She is the perfect sycophant. She demands complete loyalty. She doesn't want to hear any criticisms. Anybody that's critical of the president should be removed. If she heard something that was critical of Donald Trump, then she would have likely removed him. The opposition is freaking out, Nine of Swords. So there are people that are very concerned about Laura Loomer, Nine of Swords. Could be that Elon Musk is being the flirtatious seducer, trying to woo her over because he is manipulative that way. But people are very concerned about her hold on the president. You can see her opposition is Nine of Swords. They're up at night over this. Final outcome is Four of Pentacles. She's going to have to hold back. She says there are snakes. I hear her talking about snakes. There are snakes among us. You know, Two of Swords. Nobody who has anything negative to say about my Donald. That's my Donald. She is completely loyal. None's will but his own. She's like Jane Seymour. She's like King Henry VIII's wife who dies in childbirth, proclaiming his greatness, right? So it's really that kind of Two of Swords. No, this is not a teachable moment. And then that opposition is the 8th house. It's what her opposition is up to, freaking out. The new beginning in the White House. She's the new lady of the White House. Elon, well, Melania doesn't want to be there, so Laura Loomer is there. And lovers, they love her. So there appears to be possibly some kind of a romantic thing going on. Her opposition's response is, oh my God, we're being held hostage in our places of employment. Nine of Wands is to be pushed out. Like, what the hell is this? It's like the senile old man who's being seduced by this woman who will not allow any negativity around her boyfriend. And then you have this reaction, which is rather entertaining if it weren't so horrifyingly true, which is the Nine of Wands, which is and up at night, Nine of Swords. Also, nines in general are numbers that are associated with wisdom. So it's not looking good. It's not looking good. Hopes and fears for Laura is the star is fading on her boyfriend. The star is fading on my baby, my lover, my baby. The star is inverting. He's losing his mojo. And then the final outcome for her is Five of Swords. She will take the weapons of war away from anyone. She is in a position of power and she will use it to attack anybody that threatens her baby. This is where we are at. Now, that means that people can't even get close to the president. They can't get into the White House. They can't get in to speak to him because she is monitoring. This is what it looks like to a remote viewer. I'm very excited by this because it means that civil war is inevitable. I just got to look at now Steve Bannon. Steve Bannon must be loving this because if Steve Bannon is working with her, that the seducer has come in and Bannon and her have pushed Elon Musk out, then this is good for them, right? Let's take a look at the future of Steve Bannon. He must be thrilled. Steve Bannon and the changing of the Constitution. They want to throw out the 22nd Amendment. Third term for Donald Trump. Third term for Donald Trump. Let's see if he's successful. Ten of Pentacles again. It's his legacy. It's his inheritance, the presidency. The opposition to Bannon is transforming. That's interesting. So there's a new group of people at war with Bannon. It's a new generation, the old Florida crowd, the people who were invested in the market, maybe. Hopes and fears. He fears his biggest threat at this time is AOC. The strong female leaders that are coming in opposition. He's afraid of female leadership. Could be the AOCs, it could be the Nancy Pelosi's, the Harris, all of these strong, the fire woman who seeks justice absolute, and she has reached the point of no return. She's not going to stop until she's not going to stop. That's what I will say about the Queen of Wands. She's got grit, right? That's the Queen of Wands. She will fight and she will push her way through the snow with her stick, and she will take that territory. And then the final outcome for Steve Bannon is a new contract or opportunity to come in and reshape the Constitution. He wants to work with lawyers and religious groups to see if they can't change the Constitution, the blueprint, Three of Pentacles, to come in over this issue. This fear of this woman is interesting to me. Things are ending for him. Things are ending for him. And the opposition is confused by his motivation. The hopes and fears, a wedding with a woman. There's this wedding or energy of this woman coming in, and then Chariot. They're basically saying that Bannon will be removed, that Bannon will be removed from this story. Knight of Pentacles is it ends and he goes on. So Bannon is going to be removed. He's not going to be part of this story in a very short amount of time. I want to go back to Laura Loomer's future. It was interesting to see what was going on in her present, but what is going on in her future? I mean, that is a crazy scene we just witnessed. I mean, that is just a crazy. I love being a remote viewer. God, I love my job. She's not letting people come near her boyfriend. This is insane. Okay. Inverted Queen of Cups. I saw it before I took it out. She's crazy. This is like crimson and clover over and over. It's that person who's just spaced. I liked the song. What's the whole song of To Crimson and Clover? I know it's supposed to be about, just living in your dream world. And I probably won't be able to play it. Da, 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 da. She doesn't know how to love her president. He's her Jesus. He's her. She's just crimson and clover. That's her song. That's the energy you get. She's just this delusional woman living in this fantasy that she is Mary Magdalene with Jesus. I mean, it's an inverted. Aren't you glad you came in to see me today? Inverted Queen of Cups. And then her opposition is, oh my God. I don't know what she's doing, but her opposition is being driven absolutely insane. Eight of Swords. Oh, so they're getting contained. She is real. There's a crazy woman and they can't touch her. Yeah. The hopes and the fears of Laura Loomer at this time. I just saw a documentary on Charles Manson. It has this kind of, that kind of thing going on there. Final outcome, the Hierophant. So he is her higher ethos. He is her constitution. He is her higher guru. He is her soulmate. That is what she thinks. And so for her, that means complete loyalty. And She is a serious problem. Let me see how this ends. Oh, new job. They lure her away with a new job. Hey, we got a great new job for you. It's going to be in Timbuktu. It's something about a job. They try to get her to take a job, just like Don Jr.'s ex is now, in Greece somewhere, right? This is like they get their power back, and then she gets a job. So it could be they're going to pay her to go away and do something else. She also has a child here potentially with this individual. There's something about health and even a child potentially. And then her final outcome, it will end. They're going to, the polite way to get rid of her is to simply offer her a job somewhere else. And that, yes, she's going to take a job in the Antarctic or something, but please don't do that to the penguins, Whimsy. I hear you. I am a remote viewer. Don't send her to the Antarctic. What kind of inhuman animal cruelty is that, Whimsy? No. But that is basically how they will ultimately get rid of her. And it looks like for the future of Bannon, he is going back to jail. The future of Elon Musk, I think that he'll finally get clean and sober. I think he's got a long haul back to recovery. And I think he will slowly return back to the Democratic Party because this was all a scam. He was just trying to get money to get to Mars. And I think also that Elon will work to heal his relationship with his daughter, because the truth of the matter is she's a lot like him, and there's nowhere for Elon to go but recovery, returning back to center, and healing his relationship with his friends and family when he does get into recovery, because it's either that or it's the end of the road for him. Those are your choices. Focus on doing good work in the world, saving children's lives, which is what he started off saying he was going to do, right? Saving the children of Gaza, saving the children of Africa, building safe zones. Go back to what your original vision was when you were clean and sober. All right. I want to thank you all for watching this video. Wow, a lot of interesting things came up, didn't they? Well, if you're trying to get in for a reading with me, you've still got time. I've got openings on Monday, and then I will be in Tel Aviv. Make sure to hang out with me Saturday night for my tarot card readings, my one-card tarot readings for people to raise money for my trip to Israel. I look forward to doing that. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. And we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Thank you. Thank you very much.